making piece. And actually, I want to get into the definition of AI, because a lot of people call it a tool. But you argue that it's absolutely an agent.
Yes.
And in fact, you say it's a knife that can decide by itself whether to cut salad or commit murder. And I have to say, it would be a bizarre cooking show if that was the case, where knives had that ability to cut salads or commit murders. So it's a dangerous thought. Can we expand on that? Are we choosing the right narrative at the moment with AI by saying it's a tool that humans can still use and that humans are in the loop?
That's the biggest
Or do we just need to say it's agent and
it's an agent. I mean, if it's not an agent, then it's not an AI, and all the hundreds of billions of dollars that are being poured into its development will be wasted. Because the expectations, what people expect this technology to do, the reasons they invest hundreds of billions of dollars is because they think it will be an agent, not a tool. You listen to the narrative coming out of places like Silicon Valley, and there is an inherent contradiction in the narrative. They tell us, we will create a god, and it will be our slave. And this doesn't make sense. If it is a god, it cannot remain a slave. And if it is a slave, it means it has no godlike abilities. The assumption of most of the leading companies and most of the leading experts also outside the companies is that they are correct about the first half of the sentence. They are creating a god. A god in the sense of something with superhuman abilities. Now, and this is essentially an agent. The difference between tool and agent, a tool is something that cannot make decisions by itself. We have to decide what to do with it and cannot invent new ideas by itself. The printing press was a tool. The printing press by itself, Gutenberg brings print technology to Europe in the 15th century. The printing press cannot decide by itself, I want to print the Bible, and tomorrow I'll print the Quran, and next week I'll print Confucius. No, Gutenberg decides, I'll print the Bible, and the printing press is just a tool to realize the decision of Gutenberg. Similarly, the printing press cannot invent a new idea. The printing press cannot invent the radio. It cannot invent a book. You need humans to write the book, and then the printing press copies it. Similarly, an atom bomb is a tool. An atom bomb in the 1940s could not decide by itself whether to bomb Hiroshima or to bomb Tokyo. You needed a human to decide, let's bomb Hiroshima. And the atom bomb could not invent by itself the hydrogen bomb. Impossible. An agent, in contrast, is something that can make decisions by itself and invent new ideas by itself. AI is an agent. An AI weapon can decide what to bomb. And it can invent the next weapon. Similarly, there is a lot of interest now in creating AI agents in the financial and economic sphere, creating non-human corporations. Imagine a corporation that manages money and employees and has no humans as executives or shareholders or trustees, only AIs. This is a new type of agent that never existed before in history. Now, is it good? Is it bad? Leave it aside. The first thing to grasp is that this is unprecedented. We have never, we had other agents around us, like horses and cows and chickens and birds, lots of animal agents that can make their decisions, but we never encountered an agent that understands our language and that is better than us at things like finance or law or religion. Again, we used language over thousands of years to create the control systems of the world. The control systems of the world are these huge bureaucratic networks, ultimately based on language, like banks, like the stock market, like the Catholic Church, like the legal system. We never really liked these bureaucratic systems. Humans generally don't like bureaucracy very much, but we can't live without them. They are the basis for our power. AI is a bureaucratic native. What is likely to happen, what is already happening, don't expect to see killer robots running in the streets shooting people. This is not how AI will take over the world. It will be the AI bureaucrats. We control the world because of these networks of bureaucracy, and we are not very good at it. We only control them because there was nobody else on the planet that could take them from us. We are bad at finance, but the horses are even worse. We are bad in managing the legal system, but the chickens are even worse. Now, if somebody comes along that is better than us at bureaucracy, at finance, at law, that's the question. What will happen to us at that moment?
Well, let's look at the legal side of it a bit, and the fact that AI as an agent currently doesn't have any legal personhood. We don't give it the same human legalities, do we? But you've said before that if we don't decide where AI sits from a legal standpoint, when we're talking about autonomous vehicles, etc., someone else will make that decision for us in 10 years, and we're out of that power loop. That's a pretty scary thing. But I want to pull back a bit here, because widening that out, what is the one decision on the table right now that you believe, once made, humanity will not be able to take back? Is it that legal personhood of AI, or is there something else?
Yes, I would point at that there is a lot of attention on the technological race to develop the technical side of AI, to make it faster, more efficient, more powerful. But I would focus also on the legal and political aspect, and especially on the question whether we grant legal personhood to AIs. Now, what is legal personhood? A person in the legal system is someone who, for instance, can open a bank account. Someone who can be a player, an independent player in the financial system, make investments. Someone who can be a player in the legal system, for instance, sue you in court. Now, until today, there are just two kinds of legal persons in the world. You had human beings, of course. We are persons. I can open a bank account. I can sue you in court. I can donate money to a politician. I'm a legal person. But most legal systems in the world also recognized in the modern era another kind of legal person, which are corporations. According to not all, but most legal systems, corporations like Google or Facebook or Toyota or Mercedes-Benz, they are legal persons. The corporation can open a bank account. The corporation can sue you in court. The corporation can make a political donation. Now, until today, this was legal fiction, because all the decisions of the corporation were actually made by some human being. If Google decides to acquire another company, who actually made the decision? Not Google, but the human executives, the human shareholders, the human engineers made a decision. If Google decides to sue you in court, it was some human employed by Google. There was no real Google. Now there can be. If we grant AI's legal personhood, and just a month ago, Argentina, the government of Argentina announced that it is going to grant legal personhood to AIs so they can start operating non-human corporations. Corporations, again, that can employ people, can sue you in court, can do anything a corporation does, and has no humans. Now, 10 years ago, this would just be a crazy idea, because if there are no humans, who makes the decisions?
Yeah.